co-host online, Mickey Monday. How are you?
I'm good. See, how are you?
I'm good, and happy Tuesday.
Yeah, happy Tuesday to you too.
Thanks. Well, we have a special guest on the line. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, how's everybody doing? My name is Jack Tocho. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. Born in Gastonia, North Carolina, but raised in Charlotte.
Okay. So what made you want to play football?
Honestly, my parents are both from Kenya, and I'm first generation American, but for some strange reason, my dad loved football. And just growing up, I just saw the excitement he had just watching the Panthers play, and I wanted to be involved in something that made him so excited.
I got you. So you did it for your parents.
At first, yeah.
So tell me, who is your superhero in sports?
I would say Michael Jordan, honestly. He's from North Carolina, so that's already an inspiration in itself. But especially after watching The Last Dance, just the mentality he brought to the game and just what he was able to do, nobody else I know could ever do something like that again.
That I have to agree with, definitely.
So, it's kind of the cat's already out of the bag, man. We know you're an NFL player. You know what I'm saying? You played for a number of teams, and then also you had a very short-lived career in XFL due to the pandemic. So, just kind of going down the list here, can you tell us how your experience was in the NFL overall, and then if you have any like personal accomplishments that you might have hit, milestones that you might have hit while you were working or playing for. I know the Minnesota Vikings was the main one, but then you were also on some other teams too. So.
Yeah, I believe that the biggest milestone is just being able to be drafted. Not everybody can say that, and just hearing all the percentages growing up about the statistics and the probability of me getting drafted. First of all, me going to college on a scholarship, then me getting drafted. To defy all those odds, that's a huge milestone. And on top of that, I didn't even get drafted at the position I was playing most of my career. I got drafted as a safety. So that in itself just was a testament, I guess, to just what they saw in me through attributes, not only athletically, but like mentally as well, to be able to believe that I can change into another or transition into another position.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy.
Definitely.
And then, so moving forward from there and the transition into the XFL, it must have been an amazing feeling to be a part of that organization, having it being rebooted a second time. And the reception was stronger the second time also. But then, in a pre-COVID world, can you tell us what your role was with the Wildcats and, what your time was on the team up until, the pandemic hit and things had to, kind of cease production as you will.
Yeah, well, the whole process was honestly very thorough, and I thought it was very put together. Just as far as me getting contacted to join the XFL and just the draft process, I'm not sure what number. I was the first on my team at my position to get drafted. I know they wanted me. I played in the AAF last year, so the coach that was coaching me and at the time, he ended up being on the XFL team, and he just really liked how I played. So he was able to, convince the coaches that I was worthy. I was a worthy candidate of being picked first. So that was a blessing. And then just going through the whole process, in December, we went to Las Vegas instead of LA at first, just because of I want to say the budget. There's no state tax, which was beneficial for our paychecks, but also it was just a lot easier to move around in Las Vegas and just get our work done. And just transitioning then onto Houston, where we had joint practices, our training camp, and all those things. The entire process was really smooth, and just the camaraderie, that's the biggest difference, I feel like, between the NFL and the XFL. Both environments are professional, and there's competition, heavy competition, but just everybody having a background and having a backstory, a reason why they're all here. I think it just brings everybody a lot closer than what the NFL did, because everybody has a reason why they're in the XFL versus, everybody has a reason in the NFL too, but the reasons in the XFL seemed a bit more heartfelt.
Mm, absolutely. Wow.
Definitely. But I wanted to ask, what has football taught you that carries over into other areas in your life?
I believe that football, majority of my career was spent in college, but school. So one thing I learned is more so that the things I do off the field translate to what I do on the field. Just the small details, little details have such a huge impact on not just the football field, but in life as well. Just taking time off on things that you know you should be doing consistently can just really have a huge impact on just what happens later on in whether it be like that day or next week or next month or whatever it may be. I think paying attention to detail is one of the most important things I learned just from football and from transitioning that into life.
Awesome. Definitely. I agree with that. But I want to get into After 10. Tell us about After 10 and the motivation behind that.
After 10 is a buy, sell, trade sneaker company that I started. I love shoes. I love shoes. Love shoes. I've been doing this thing not from a business standpoint, but from like just a hobby since I was in high school. Like I would go to sneaker cons and like sneaker trades and stuff like that, and try to sell my lightly used shoes or new shoes for a profit, and try to buy some other shoes that I could get so I could wear to school and stuff like that. So, with the pandemic and everything that's been going on, I just realized that there's no perfect time to do something. The perfect time will happen while I'm doing it. So I just went ahead and said, hey, like, there's no better time than now with football being on pause to just start this up. And it's gone pretty well so far. The logic behind the name is a few things. When you buy shoes online, usually the release happens at 10. So you cop the shoes after 10.
Oh.
And also in a deck of cards, Jack, which is my name, comes after 10 as well. So yeah, so those are a few ideas I came up with, and just branding wise, I thought it made sense to go that route.
I like that. All right, Jack.
Dope.
You got a little creativeness in you.
Thank you.
So just kind of piggybacking off of that. So you say your new business is more or less like a like a sneaker like sneaker retail or resale, exactly. So what makes that different from some of the other marketplaces that are out there? Like I know GOAT is really big, StockX, Collect is another one. What will set your business apart from those other marketplaces?
Honestly, my brand being me, just the personal relationships I have formed with the people that I do business with. You're not just a consumer to me. You're not just a buyer. You're not just a product. You're not just money. I see you as a human being, and just the relationships I form with people will be the biggest thing. And just really where I'm starting it at Charlotte, I know the community really well, and I know, and being well traveled and just seeing a lot of different parts of the United States and the world, honestly, I know what Charlotte doesn't have and what it does have, and how to like mesh those two together so that we can all like experience the best of all that the world has to offer in regards to sneakers.
Right. That's pretty dope. So with you kind of including that in, would you consider After 10 being more so like a consignment shop versus just a marketplace for shoes? Would you consider like moving pieces, from various streetwear brands? I'm trying not to say too many of them, but like, the more popular one is like Supreme or, things around that nature. Would you also consider doing that? Because I know there's a lot of places that, like I'm in the DMV, so it's a lot of places out here that have like consignment shops where they don't want to necessarily compete with StockX or them because they've already have that niche market. But you have a local brick and mortar place that you can go into. You could trade shoes. You know what I'm saying? You can, just like how you would on StockX, you could trade shoes, trade clothing or whatever, turn a profit, and then you can also sell it to customers as well.
Yeah, eventually that is the goal. Just starting out, I thought online would be the easiest uh, route to go, just with the pandemic and everything, and social distancing. Thought online would be more suitable, but I definitely am expanding outside. I've already sold pieces like Supreme and Bape and those sorts of things, but I'm open to all things aside from shoes. And eventually, I mean, I want to collaborate with local brands that are in the Charlotte community, and just anybody that's willing to work with me in that regard, and just help them promote and sell their pieces as well.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up, man. See the vision. So when you get that store ready, let me know so I can come out there and then probably pick up some pieces or something like that. I still got my chunky donkeys that just sitting. I'm waiting, so I might sell them or not. I don't know yet. So you might be the first person I come to if I'm ready to sell them. So
Definitely. So, what has been one of your favorite moments playing for the Vikings?
My favorite moment playing for the Vikings was probably my second year. The first preseason game, I had a great game. Honestly, I believe I had an interception. I had like 2 pass breakups, like 8 tackles. Honestly, going into the game, I didn't expect to play that much, just because preseason and everybody's trying to rotate, and they're trying to get a good look at everybody. But I was already on all the special teams, and I anticipated playing some, safety. But it was probably like 10 minutes left in the first quarter, and they were like, "Jack, go in." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then like that first series, I broke up a pass, and I ended up tipping it for an interception. So like that was a great way to just get my feet wet, and you really gave me a lot of motivation just moving forward for the rest of the game.
Awesome. Well, can you give us any words of inspiration to people that would like to play football?
Honestly, one of the biggest, as far as preparation and trying to play the sport, run track or learn how to run efficiently. Um, the mechanics that you learn and just the way your body learns to move while running, those things translate tremendously onto the football field. There's people at all levels that are still learning how to run, even up in college, even the professional level. And so just really getting your fundamental athletic ability and just functional movement, running track will definitely teach you how to do that. And more than anything, just mentally perseverance and patience are one of the biggest things. It doesn't happen overnight. It never happens overnight. But if you pay attention to the details and remain consistent, it can appear that it happens overnight, because your breakthrough will just, it will just occur. I remember my freshman year of college, I didn't redshirt. I was 17 years old, and I was, remaining consistent and just doing what the coaches told me to. And then I got my first start, and I got 2 interceptions, and that wasn't anything, I didn't go into the week doing anything different than what I normally did. I just remained consistent. I paid attention to details, and the proof was just in the pudding.
Okay. Well, cool. I don't know about me running no track though. Woo! But I don't want to be a football player, so I ain't even gonna go there. Definitely. But awesome. I love it. Go ahead, Miss
and
Money.
oh yeah, for sure. So I was gonna say, we learning about you as a pro athlete, but kind of tell us more about Jack as an individual. So like, what's some other things that you've had a vested interest in outside of sports and like streetwear, collecting shoes, trading shoes. Especially with the pandemic going on, I know you said you started building this business, but what are some other things that you might have gotten into now that you've had more time to kind of explore your creativity and some other hobbies and things like that?
Yeah, well, shoes, just stemming from the brand, I've just been brainstorming on like so many different things I can do with the brand and just the name in itself. I've been creative in the sense of just trying to come up with my own brand, not necessarily one to compete to an extent with other brands, but just something that I can put out there where, a few people have, or like, just a shirts, hoodies, those kinds of things, just with my own touch on it. And people will say, hey, like, where'd you get that from? Oh, After 10. Obviously that will promote the brand, and that'll also like entice people to like, just search and look into what I have going on. Aside from that, really just been watching a lot of TV, a lot of anime, honestly. I, I have not been able to watch TV in probably like 4 years. And
Okay.
just catching up and really just enjoying the break that this pandemic has held for me. Learning to rest is something that I've had to get accustomed to, just because I've always been on the go ever since. I mean, obviously, ever since I started playing football, life has just been on the go. So just enjoying the present, and just the moments I'm in. As far as things involving shoes, I mean, I'm a big sneakerhead myself, so I really just been getting my collection going, and I've just been removing a lot of shoes that, like, when I first started the business, I had about 80 shoes personally that I had, and I was just like, well, yeah, I would wear, try to put them all in rotation. But realistically, there's you got your grails, your ones that you only bring out at certain times, and then you got your shoes that you wear on an everyday basis. But I just wanted my rotation and my closet in itself to just have just straight heat, honestly, like shoes that everybody's wearing and stuff. So, I got the Travis Scott Dunks. I got the European off-white ones, the all-white ones. I got the all-black Prestos, off-white Prestos.
Okay.
Those are some of the staples, and a few others. I have like 12 pairs of Yeezys, but they're all different colors. And
Yeah.
yeah, just those kinds of things is just really what I've been doing. Just rearranging my wardrobe, really.
Okay. That's dope. That's dope.
Wow.
So yeah, I was gonna say, because like, first off, Yeezy's been dropping consistently throughout the year, so he's been pretty oversaturated in the market, but he's staying true to his to what he said. I think he said it last year of like everybody needs to get, like everybody's getting a pair, like he's making it enough for everybody to get them. But aside from that, like, what's a pair of shoes that came out this year that you tried to go for that you didn't get yet? Because I know you're gonna get them, but what's something that you haven't tried? Like for me, the Travis Scott Air Max 270s.
Mm.
I made 3 accounts to try and get those shoes. You know what I'm saying? So what's a pair of shoes that you was like, man, I really want these shoes, and just naturally, sneakers have to be screwing us. So like, give me something, a little story.
Wow, ones that came out this year, like if you would have asked me that a couple of weeks ago, I would have said the Travis Scott Dunks.
Okay.
Now I've almost completed like my entire collection. Really, I don't have anything that I'm necessarily pressing for to get by the end of the year. I know the Yeezys coming back out with the bread, like the black and red V2 number.
Yeah.
Those are ones that I'm kind of keeping my eye on, but I don't really have any, honestly. Like, and that's a blessing. I feel like, but I feel like I have like every shoe that I've really been going after this year. That's come out this year. I feel like I've gotten every one that I wanted.
Okay, dope, man. I love it. You prospering, so that's good.
Y'all know I ain't no big sneaker person, so I don't really get a chance to wear sneakers like that. So I can't relate to y'all sneakerheads out there having 80 and 90 pair of shoes and probably only wear 5 pair of shoes out of the 80 pair, So have you worn all 80 of those shoes? Be honest.
At least once. Well, actually, the Travis Scotts I haven't worn yet. So, and the Prestos I haven't worn yet. So I guess that is no. And honestly, there's a meme that came out. It was like, I know your slides be like, where your other shoes at? That's what I wear my Yeezy slides every day. Like, so the rotation is not heavy right now. But when I do wear my shoes, I try to at least start at the bottom, or the ones that haven't been worn, as frequently.
Okay. Awesome. But besides after 10, what's the next big move for you?
Aside from after 10, I guess the next big move, and which is still the current move, is just trying to play football again. I train every day. I train at least 3 hours a day, like in the morning before I even start working on my business. So, God willing, the XFL comes back in 2022, but the NFL is still going on, and the CFL might return. So wherever the opportunity presents itself, I would love to get back into the game. Other than that, just continue to build my brand, go back to school and get my master's. I graduated, so but I want to go back and get my MBA for sure, and just see where that what avenues that opens up for me.
Awesome, and congratulations. That's a big
Yeah, most
accomplishment.
definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely.
So outside of sports and things like that. Well, actually, before I even ask that question, what did you major in?
I majored in finance with a minor in accounting.
Okay, tough. That's actually a good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
exactly.
good field to major in. But so yeah, what would you see yourself doing outside of that? Like, would you consider possibly doing like a nonprofit, like giving back to the community? Like, what are some things that you could see yourself doing long term that would benefit your community and people as a whole around you to kind of leave a long lasting effect? If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, giving back to the community is a huge, huge, huge part of just what I do and who I am as a person. Motto is love the kids. Like we love the kids, and I paired up with Alexis Hutchinson and Colin Reese, owner of Endure Sports. My going into my second year of the NFL, and I did a back to school, or not a back to school, but a youth football camp, and it was free, all paid for. There was about 80 kids there. And also the year after that, I did a back to school drive, and I would have done a combination of both just this year, but with the pandemic, I wasn't able to just due to that. But definitely want to restart it. Nonprofit is something I'm just heavily involved in, whether it's volunteering. I volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club, just reading books to them and just donating supplies when I can. I want to give back to my own heritage in Kenya and go out there and build a foundation to help them not just learn how to play football, but just with the community as a whole, and just the impoverished areas and the areas that need just resources, whatever it may be. And yeah, I mean the youth are the people that's the generation that's gonna take care of us when we're old. So just starting them up and just giving them, not necessarily myself, but just a multitude of people who can be role models to them, who they can look up to and see, like, just like I talked about Michael Jordan, like, hey, this guy's from North Carolina and he came back and did this for me, and just leaving that a lasting impact on them to just help them, motivate them to be the best that they can be in their lives.
Awesome.
Wow.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's all. I'm all for that. And then going back to what you just said a couple moments ago about binge watching anime, getting into your anime bag. What's some of what's some of the shows that you've been catching up on recently?
Well, I've been watching Black Clover,
Okay.
One Punch Man. I watched Fire Force. I've watched Boruto. I've watched Seven Deadly Sins. I've watched Baki. I've probably watched it all, honestly. But those have been the heavy ones. Black Clover has definitely been in my rotation heavier. My Hero Academia has
Okay.
been good. That's been a good one too. Also, Hunter x Hunter. I'd never watched that before, so I was able to watch that one too.
Dope. It's funny. All of the ones that you named are on my list to watch because my friends follow the seasonal anime, and every
Mm-hmm.
time an anime comes out, they send it to me. But I'm like, man, I'm still rewatching classics, like just
Yeah.
so I could, what I'm saying, get a better. When you were a kid, you see stuff and you're like, yeah, this is cool. But then as an adult, you're like, man, I can really like internalize it. So, like Cowboy
Yeah.
Bebop was a show that I rewatched. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to check out Black Clover because I've been hearing that name a lot. Black Clover and Fire Force and Seven Deadly Sins. I've been hearing that name. I've been hearing those names a lot. And Baki is good. I watched some of Baki. The fight scenes on there are crazy. So
Yeah, no, there are a lot, and I definitely see. My problem now is I've been watching so much anime. I'm trying to get myself to watch real, like real TV now, like aside from football, and just watching like shows with like my friends are like, dang, do you watch shows with like real people in them? Like,
Oh man, that's funny.
I understand that. So what would be 3 teams you would want to play for?
Sounds like a setup. The 3 teams I want to play for are the 3 teams that are willing to pay me to play for them. Honestly,
I got you.
I've played for a lot of. I've played for 3 teams in the NFL. The Vikings, the Steelers, and the Redskins, and I worked out for a plethora of teams as well. So, at this point, it's not really about playing for the team. I mean, it's a team game and effort, but I feel like it's a personal drive that would allow me to be the best I can for the team, regardless of which team I'm on. Because I made it to the main stage, but I didn't do everything I wanted to do, and there's still stuff left on the table that I have to accomplish. So, whatever team I'm on, they're gonna get everything they have out of me.
I love that answer. I love it. Awesome. But Mickey Monday, do you have any other questions before we go into trivia?
Actually, no. I mean, I gave a pretty good set of questions. I think nothing too off the wall. So yeah, you did pretty good. You handled it pretty well. So
I got you. Oh, I always like to ask everybody this: what's one fun fact about yourself?
One fun fact about myself: I can solve a Rubik's Cube.
Oh,
okay. In less than 2 minutes.
Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna have to see you do that.
I was about to say, we got Rubik's Cube. We got a little bit of time if you want.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time. You need to show us that.
I'm doing myself.
Less than 2 minutes.
I mean, I can do it. I have one. I have one over here.
Hey, look, give us the exclusive. Let me see what you got.
All right, hold on.
We got time.
Let's scramble it up so y'all.
Uh-oh.
Right.
I'm loving this. Okay, Jack. We love exclusives on the show.
This is good enough. Let me scramble it up some more.
That's fine.
It's good.
All right, I need a timer.
Hold on, I got you.
Mickey Monday, you got it?
Yeah, I got him. Hold on for 1 second. All right, you said you need 2 minutes, right?
2 minutes.
All right, here we go.
All right, wait a second. All right. Go on.
Go.
Boom.
Dang, that's crazy. That's what's up, man. That was dope. I ain't never seen anybody do nothing like that before. That's crazy.
Thank you. Yeah, I learned training when I was training for the combine. It's like there's like 4 people that knew how to do it, and I was just like, I just felt left out. So I was like, all right, let me learn too.
Wow.
That's usually the best way to learn too. Definitely.
Wow. Well, we have 2 trivia questions for you.
Okay.
Mine is, what is the best and worst purchases you've ever made?
Best and worst. The best purchase I ever made. Best purchase I ever made is probably, I would say, my first car. It was a Dodge Charger, 2018. I bought it in 2017. It's paid off, but just to have my own, and just be able to call it mine, without any worries. That was probably the best thing. I'm still driving it now. But that was probably my favorite purchase. My worst purchase, I would say, was probably I bought a pair of cool gray 11s. They were fake. And this was early. This was early in my sneaker game, so I wasn't as experienced and just being able to tell reals from fakes. So yeah, I paid like I want to say like $450 for them, and I didn't even get any pictures before. I was naive, but I bought them and they came and they looked. I would give them like a B grade if I had to grade them, but I saw a lot of flaws and stuff, and I was just like, man, they're fake.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Sorry to hear
Okay.
that, brother.
I know, right?
Live and you learn.
Yep.
Absolutely. My trivia question is, what's a commercial jingle that gets stuck in your head all the time?
I would say JG Wentworth, 877
Okay.
cash. Oh, yeah, that's
Okay.
big one. But another one, I'm not even sure if it's commercial, but what I wanted to say, the one with Steph Curry was in it, Jones Barbecue Foot and Massage. I'm not sure if that one was real or not, but it's like Jones Barbecue Foot and Massage. It was on
Oh
viral.
yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was a legitimate commercial or not, but it got stuck in my head for sure.
I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it
it
was.
was.
I don't know where he is, or I just know he had foot and massage and barbecue.
Well, before we get off, tell everybody where they can follow you at.
Well, you can follow me on Instagram. My personal Instagram page is Mojo Tocho, MOJOTOCHO, and my business page is After 10 AFTR10.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I want to say congrats on everything. This has been a good interview. Thanks for interviewing with us.
Thank you for having me.
Continue on your grind. I love it, and I wish you well. The best in football, the best at your After 10. And once it gets started and up and everything, we gotta have you back on the show so we can talk about it.
Yeah, most definitely. That would be great. I really appreciate you guys having me. And, I wish the best of luck for you guys and what you guys have going on. It's a great platform, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Thank you.
Yes, man. That truly means a lot, man. We appreciate it. And yet again, thank you for being a part of this experience. And I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna follow you for real and keep up with you because, like I said, I'm in the sneakers, streetwear, all that. So the moment you got something going, I'll definitely be able to keep in touch with you. And I'm gonna send you another page called Collect. They do like every week they put up like real versus fakes, and they try to make people guess which one is real, which one is fake, and then they go through the different pictures and stuff like that and show you what's what and what's what. So I think that might be dope. You might like that too. So
yeah, for sure. I appreciate that, and I'll definitely follow you back.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, perfect.
But happy Tuesday, Jack. You be safe.
All right, thank you. You too. God bless you guys.
All right, God bless you too.
Well,
All right.
peace.
Peace.